three different pathways now, okay? So the first pathway is working in regional New South Wales, not necessarily living in regional New South Wales. So that's the first change. Now remember, before, if you're not living in regional New South Wales, if you're not living and working in regional New South Wales, hindi ka na pwedeng humingi ng nomination or ng sponsorship. So this time, it's different. You could be living in Metropolitan Sydney, but you are working in regional New South Wales. You are eligible to get a sponsorship. Pero merong dalawang merong dalawang pathway doon, o merong dalawang threshold qualification. So unang-una, for those who are earning TSMIT 73,150, when I say TSMIT, that is a salary threshold po, no? So if you are earning 73,150 or more, wala kayong problema. Okay? So siguro mapupunta kayo dun sa pinaka-priority o yung top priority. Pero kung hindi naman kayo earning 73,150 or lower, meron silang concession doon, no? But at least you should be earning at least 90% of the required income threshold. So kung 73,150 yung TSMIT, allowed kayo, mabibigyan kayo ng concession kung about 90% yung income nyo. So that's about 68,300 something. Ano? So pwede kayo. O kaya naman, yung pwede kayong payagan kung halimbawa ay ang sweldo nyo ay mababa sa TSMIT, kulang ng 90%, pero meron kayong income that can be non-monetary, pwede rin po yung isama yan. Pero up to 10% lang. So minsan yung iba ang sweldo siguro nila mga 65,000, hindi umabot sa 68,000 kung sa 90% concession. Tapos meron silang mga fringe benefits na non-monetary para sa inyong sweldo. Pwede nyo rin pong ilagay yon o pwede nyo rin pong isama yon. That's part of the concession. Okay? Pero also, having said that, parang bihira na ngayon yung sumusweldo ng mababa sa 73,000. Ano? Pero just in case, because that is in the regional area, then you can also claim for that concession. So that's pathway number 1 para sa New South Wales. Those who are working in regional New South Wales, but not necessarily living in the regional New South Wales. So if you are working in the metropolitan area, if you're living or residing in the metropolitan area, but you are working in the regional New South Wales, so kasama kayo doon. Pwede na kayo ngayon. Okay, so pathway number 2 for subclass 491 visa applicants for New South Wales. Your occupation should be in the New South Wales skill list. So you can express or you can lodge your expression of interest, and you may be selected by the government if your occupation is on the New South Wales list. Now, tatanungin niyo siguro, ano ba nakalagay sa New South Wales list? Ano? Wala pa po, hindi pa lumalabas yan. Abangan natin, no? But most likely, it will be the same as MLT SSL, no? Yung medium long-term list. But then, of course, just like what I always say, pag nag-a-apply tayo ng 491 or 190 visa, depende sa direction ng state. Merong mga states would only prefer people in the medical and health sectors, people in the construction industry, people in the hospitality. So depende dun sa kanilang direction. So most likely we are expecting na yung lalabas sa skill list ng New South Wales will be something that will be relevant to the economic growth of the state. Okay, so let's watch for that. If you have your occupation listed on the New South Wales skill list, then pwede kayo. That's pathway number 2. Now, pathway number 3 is for the graduate stream. For those who have studied in the regional area of New South Wales, meron na kayo ngayong stream. Ano? So, maganda yun, no? Because some people or some students actually went to regional New South Wales to avail of the graduate visa. Pero yung mga nakaraang program nila parang masyadong mataas, hindi kayang abutin ng mga bagong graduates. But this time, yes, there is a graduate stream for recent regional New South Wales graduates. Okay. Now, let's have a look at the 190 visa update. For those of you who do not know, 190 or subclass 190 is a state-sponsored visa. It's a permanent visa. This is different from the 491 because